up, everyone? Kyle here, otherwise known as Shelby Gt500, back with another video. Just on my way home from work today. It is Saturday, 1 week before the first event of the season. It's next Saturday, so technically not quite a week, but oh well. 1 week from my supposed to be first event. It is the Midwest Heads Up Series. Prep's usually pretty good. Not many events this year because of how rent out the track is, so I want to get there, use the good prep, use the amazing weather. I think the low will be around 35, high will be around 57, 58 degrees. So weather's going to be absolutely incredible. DA's projected to be negative all day long, so I have to use this event, hopefully go sevens. Yes, that's the goal. I've been saying for a little bit. Goal is to go sevens with the car, stock motor, and then built motor in the future, and see how deep into the sevens we can go. But I told you guys previously I will be doing more prep videos to show how I prep the car. Not so much how I prep the car, but what I do to get ready for events, what needs to be done, things like that. Previous videos have just been car completed, not so much seeing behind the scenes. Going to show you guys more behind the scenes this year, just so then that way you guys can see what all it takes to build a car of this caliber, get it racing, things like that. With that being said, car is not ready to be raced at this time. Yes, I know. Mag ride is out of the car, so we have to basically, for the people who don't know what mag ride are, it's the suspension that's in GT500 stock from the factory. That is out of the car, going full coilover from Kel-Trek. Not gonna go too much into what spec or anything like that. Kelly spec'd it out for me. Told me, like I told him what the goals were with the car. Kelly spec'd it, but not giving you all the details on that. I want to keep a little something secret. But so like that has to go into the car. Seats have to go into the car. Passenger seat is in, but not like finalized its position. Driver's side, because my short, because I'm a little guy, so my short legs couldn't quite reach the pedals the way I wanted them to with the seat bracket, so we had to make a custom bracket to get my seat to fit correctly. What else? So I'm switching to 1 ethanol R. That is right. Never used 1 ethanol R before. I never used 1 ethanol before. When I went 823 at ModNats, it was pump. Yes, pump. Guys, I'll show you which gas pump it came from here. It was pump E75. So who knows what's even mixed with it? It tested 75% ethanol, which is above the threshold. Anything above 70, you are fine. But I went 823 at 168 on pump ethanol. So hopefully 1 ethanol R will get me a little bit extra power that I need. We will see. Fueling looked good at ModNats. Talked to Junior. He said everything looked good. Add boost if I want. So we're going to turn it up a little bit. Maybe launch a little bit harder with the new suspension. Seats has to go in the car. Basically, once that bracket gets made up for the driver's seat, passenger seats just bolt down, tighten everything up, and we're good to go. So we have to drain the tank, because there's still a half tank of E75 in there, put the 1 ethanol in it. We then have to, I want to send a few like trans brake logs over, things like that. We're going to be leaving pretty hard, hopefully going 1.1 X 60 foot. I don't know how deep into the teens we'll go, but we really love to go teen 60 foot. Turn it up a little bit more on the big end. I got a lot of weight out of the car. Converter slip was like 17-18% because the car weighed so much, and the converter was just slipping based on the power and the weight of the car. So we got a lot of weight out of the car. Hopefully that will help converter slip, which will help mile an hour, and even possibly the way the car back half. So the car front half really well, just because the converter was slipping enough. But then as you speed up and the weight of the car, all that stuff, the converter slip usually gets more. With less weight, the converter slip originally will help us lead the line, but then it won't be slipping as much up top because there's less weight for it to move. So hopefully it back half's better. So if we make up more ground on the front half and the back half, the car can really go a number, and that's what we're hoping to do. So today is Saturday. Passenger seat basically just tighten it down. Driver seat needs that bracket for it. The 1 ethanol R tank drain tune is what we really need to get that in there. I'm not going to let the car idle out 8 gallons of E, just drain the tank. It'll be so much easier. Junior was at Motec all week. Won't get that until Monday. So I won't be able to do that Monday. The seeds and all that stuff, maybe Monday or Tuesday. So work half day Monday. I'm off Tuesday. And I work full day Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it doesn't give me a lot of chance to get to the shop and do things. A lot of the guys would have to do things. The suspension won't get here until I don't think it'll ship until Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. So that means we'll get it Thursday, maybe Friday. That's really, really cutting it close. Hoping we can get everything in. It's only a matter of time for us to know for sure if everything's going to be here on time. I want to be able to just put the mag right in and say screw it, but I don't know if we can even revert back to it because we've done so much with the car. I think the wheels will not fit with the mag ride, and that's an issue. If they don't, we might have to just figure something out. Because if the Kel-Trek suspension isn't in, I want to be able to run the car, even though the mag ride won't get me to where we really need to go. I would love to run the car and hopefully go deeper into the 8s if we can. If not, maybe even a 7. But with the suspension, we'll in fact go a 7 because the car is so much lighter than it used to. So there, just giving you my thoughts on my way home. This video is going to be over probably a couple days being made just because I'm going to break down all the prep that we need to do. Hopefully we can get everything done. We'll just have to see. But for now, it's just a waiting game. Oh my God! God damn! Wow! As you guys saw, we got everything done. A lot of stuff was done while I was at work. I wasn't actually able to be there and just view it. So I can't really show you what we did all to prep the car, but we just like changed the oil, make sure the alignment was correct. I can show you some of the behind the scenes behind that, but I don't have a lot of the videos myself. A lot of that stuff is what people sent me. So unfortunately, I won't be able to show you a ton of the behind the scenes stuff like I was hoping for, simply because I wasn't there. I was working, things like that. But so just a little explanation of what happened yesterday. Very first pass we got there, we were unsure about how the track would be prepped. Usually knowing Gateway, it will be terrible at the beginning. They'll prep it because it was bad, and then they'll let it go towards the end of the event. So the first event we went out there, I turned it down, way down from what was at Mod Nats. Left the launch the same at Mod Nats because we were on stock axles, different wheels, different suspension setup. So I just left the launch the same, but I turned it down to only 18 PSI because we wanted to get a log. Just make sure everything looked good with the current setup, all that stuff. So we launch, we get up there, we launch, car leaves. It leaves perfectly. 118 60 foot, best 60 foot I've ever had. Didn't know what the 60 foot was at the time because I was running a no time event, so there was no time on the scoreboard. So like I couldn't even see what the car went. I just knew it went fast. It caught me off guard so much that literally like my head went back, and you see me like grab my helmet in the video. You'll see me grab my helmet, pull it down, and it just completely shocked me. But it was only supposed to be a first, second gear pull, just to make sure everything looked good. I let out right about the 330 foot mark, coasted all the way out, and still coasting it out. Went 940 for the quarter and went 520 through the eighth, letting out. Car's very, very fast. So yeah, letting out, still went a personal best through the 8th mile, which is fantastic. So we're all excited. Clearly we're like, yeah, this is it, we're gonna do it. I got a little greedy because it hooked so good, so I turned it up 100 RPM on the launch and 1 PSI on the leave. Get the next pass, car hooks about 15-20 feet out, it spins, tires unload, you just give me a kick out and I abort the pass. I got greedy. I know, I got greedy. So car spun, just aborted the pass, just coasted it out the rest of the way. Really, really disappointed because that could have been it if I wouldn't have been greedy, just would have ran the car out. Next pass was the last pass of the event for me because it was 2 qualifying and then an elimination round. Yes, car was going rounds that day. It wasn't just some glory pass thing. Set the car up to go rounds. We were racing. I was fast. I was faster than the guy all day, even with me coasting. 60 footed him, like in the video you see me just absolutely leave him. So I knew that I didn't have to leave hard, just had to make sure the car left. Right, just have to make sure the car leaves. So we turn it down. 60 foot is what it was earlier in the day, with a delay in the boost lead. So it even came in later. We ramped it in later, so then we ran a little bit more out the back, but we wanted the 60 foot to be roughly the same, but the power didn't come in right away like it would have earlier in the day. Even with that, blew the tires off right at the start, literally not even a full rotation, just spin them. I clicked it in the second because I knew like it was an actual race, I couldn't just coast it out. Clicked it in the second, tires hooked, took off, ran all the way down the back half. This is where I went the 60 to 130 and then the 100 to 150 that you guys will see. Stupid numbers, stock motor still, like factory sealed motor, and then still went 9.7 at 173. As you can see, that white fox body got out on me really, really far. Lost by about a car and a half. So it was a really close race considering how far out he got on me. I was able to reel him in. If I would have not spun as bad, obviously if I don't spin at all, it's buses on him. But if I don't spin as bad, or even like if I don't spin as bad, I win that. We can get into the 7 soon. Car is there, 60 foot there, mile an hour there. Like the back half is there, just gotta get it on 1 pass with decent prep. Gateway has been notorious for towards the end events just not prepping anymore, just saying, oh well, it is what it is. The class I was running was Top Gun, which was like 7-second and like maybe a couple high 6-second cars. So like depending on what cars came to the event, some 6-second cars do show up in that class. They just don't prep. So like 4 or 5 cars will spin, and then they'll just go with like a little sprayer, spray down where they spun, and that's it, instead of re-prepping the area, and it really shows.